Good evening, everybody, and thank you, Bob, for that wonderful introduction. We are so thrilled to have all of you guys join us for our Max Meeting Blitz this month. I really want to share with you guys how impactful and how important Max business is. It certainly has had a tremendous effect on my life and has been the best decision that I have made from a business perspective and from a general human perspective because of the unbelievable impact that Max's products have on people around the world. The way I got started in Max and my why Max was, I was a New York City finance lawyer. I had graduated from Harvard Law School in 1992, and my plan was to become a partner in one of the major law firms in New York as a finance lawyer. And this would mean that I would be working 16 to 18-hour days, sometimes longer than that. And at many stretches of my career, I pulled many all-nighters working on big transactions as I was trying to perfect my skills, as I was trying to become a great lawyer. I really wanted to become a partner, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. I was going to work as hard as it was necessary to become that. And I had the privilege of working on very big transactions and things like securitizations and project financings that went on around the world. I had worked on deals that were power projects in Tanzania and power projects in Europe and other projects in Australia and New Zealand. So I had a huge variety of different types of deals that I got to work on, from mergers and acquisitions to credit facilities for some of the biggest companies in the world. And I got to represent some of the biggest banks. And over the years and working on these big transactions, I developed a really fine skill set for detail and being able to make sure that my clients were getting the benefit that they were paying for in these deals, and the benefit of the skills that the law firms that I had worked for were bringing to bear on things that were so critical and required so much attention to detail. And after 14 years of working on these types of deals, I was hired by Max International to look at the science behind a small company called Celgevity. And it was at this time where I became first familiar with a word that all of you now know, which is called glutathione. Prior to that, I had no idea what glutathione was or how important it was to your body. All I really cared about was this is a transaction that I'm being hired to do, and I was going to make sure that my client, Max International, was buying science that was worth what they were paying for. And when we would do these deals, at the end of the transactions, we would always want to make sure that our client got a letter, a memo basically, that said, here are the risks that you have. Here are the things that could go wrong. Here are the things that we can't cover for in the documentation. So it was my job basically to tell Max, well, here are the problems with Dr. Nagasawa's science. Here are the things that you need to worry about. And we had a series of very high-level professionals, people with PhDs in biology and PhDs in chemistry, that would look at the patent portfolio and look at the studies that Dr. Nagasawa had done on ribosine, so that way we could deliver the product that we were being paid to do. And when we went through this science and we went through all of the studies, it was incredible because we couldn't find anything wrong with what Dr. Nagasawa had done. His scientific methods were impeccable. The work that he did was always done by third parties, meaning the studies that he had performed to see if his product performed. And this was so unique because in all of the years that I had spent at the law firms, you see a lot of different things come across your desk, and different people claiming that they have a new method of doing this or a better method of doing that, and that it's truly unique. And very rarely is it ever truly unique. But in this case, in the case of Max International, in the case of Cellgevity, in the case of Dr. Nagasawa's science, it was true. And the impact that the products would have on people, when you read the science, when I was looking through what glutathione is, that it's in every cell of every human being on the planet. In fact, it's in all the cells of all the healthy cells of all mammals on the planet. I was thinking to myself, my goodness, this is like the magic beanstalk beans that Jack was selling. I mean, it couldn't be true. But it was true. And so then I, figured, look, if the science behind these things are so great, I better try it, because I had been a marathon runner, and I had been running a lot. I used to run between 80 and 100 miles a week, and I ended up finishing 85th in the New York City Marathon. That's out of 29,000 people. So I had trained really, really hard, and my body had been started to take a toll from that type of training. And then I was working, seemingly endless hours, and that will have an effect on you. I was one of those people who thought, hey, as long as I stay in shape, work hard, that little thing called age will never catch up to you. But apparently my glutathione levels had started to go down, and I had started to have some ill effects from overtraining, overworking, and generally putting my body through a lot of stress. And so I figured, I had a couple of issues. So I figured, what, I'm going to try these products. I'm going to take them. I'm going to see for myself. It's one thing to say, okay, it works in an animal model, but will it really work, and will it really help me? And I was amazed. I took the products, and within a month, I had a very, very profound product experience. It meant so much to me to be able to go back to doing a lot of the things that I was doing before I had the issues. And so I then had a first-hand experience that matched what my brain knew from reading through all of the studies, from working with the Nagasawa team to understand what the products do and how impactful they could be. So it was really unbelievable for me, and I knew that this was something that was very, very, very special. And at the time, I really didn't have any interest in joining Max, because I was busy on my career, and I was headed to where I wanted to get to. I was probably a year away, or maybe even less at that point, of being able to make partner at my firm. And it was the farthest thing from my mind to join a network marketing company in Salt Lake City, Utah, and move from New York City, where I was having such good success after working for so long. So when Max then asked me to join the company and move all the way across the world over to from New York to Salt Lake, well, at least it seemed like it was across the world, because they're very, very different places. I had to ask myself, what is it that I'm putting myself here into, and is this something that I want to be a part of? And so I knew that I had to check it out. I knew that I had to really ask the hard questions: is, are you going to walk away from your career that you've built? And and you're right. I'm right at the precipice of having the success that I really wanted financially, and I was starting to have a good reputation in the finance community. And to walk away from that to join Max was going to be a very big deal on my life. So I went to my best friend, and who was a cardiac surgeon, and I told him, hey, I need you to really take a look at this science. I really need to make sure, even though I already knew, I still just wanted that reassurance that I'm making a good decision, that this is a smart thing for me to do. And he looked at the science, and he said, this is remarkable stuff. This glutathione it's critically important, and if your products do what they're saying they're going to do, increase levels of glutathione, this is something that could have a potentially worldwide impact. And I knew from my product experience, and I knew from the science, that this was the likely thing that my friend would say. But still, to walk away, to say, okay, you're going to sacrifice and you're going to risk all of your hard work to join a company it's still very, very, very scary to do. And so I wanted to be very, very sure. So, I made the decision, and I remember very, very clearly that I was thinking, yes, Max is a small company. Yes, there's going to be a lot of risk. Yes, it has a product that can impact the lives of so many people. But it was Dr. Nagasawa who told me, he said, Joe, you're really good at the business side of this. You bring a lot to the table, and I want you to promise me that you're going to help Max take these products around the world. And it was so moving because I got to know Dr. Nagasawa, and I knew that he had committed his entire life. This is one of the most brilliant men that I've ever met, and he knew that he had created a product. He'd committed his life to creating a product that would have an impact on the lives of everyone. Because Dr. Nagasawa could have been a brain surgeon, he could have been a heart surgeon, he could have been a rocket scientist, he could have done anything he wanted, and what he chose to do was to create a product that could help the lives of so many. Here's a man who had committed his entire life to helping humanity. And at the time, I had kind of committed my life to, improving my own status financially, as opposed to doing something for the greater good. So at that moment, I really considered how important is this? What is the impact that Max can have on a global scale? And when it came down to it, I thought, I didn't want to meet my maker and answer the question of, Joe, you knew that Max had products that could be worldwide, and you knew that it could help the lives of so many people, but you chose to stay with your law firm and do basically make money for yourself. I said that's a big question. And so when I sort of knew that these products were as great as they are, and I knew that the financial model that Max distributed the products in could help and change the lives of so many people in an economic sense, it became obvious to me as to what the choice had to be. The choice had to be to join Max. The choice had to be to take this knowledge that I now had and to say, hey, everybody, these are great products. These products are going to help you in ways that you might not think are possible. But the science is there, and glutathione is important. And the economic impact that we could have, I thought, could be unbelievable, because this is a business where everybody can enter. The barrier to entry is a term that we use in the finance world. What are the barriers to getting into a business? And in our business with Max, the barrier is so low that anybody can participate. All they have to bring is their heart and their desire and their desire to help people improve their lives. You can be so confident that this is a great place to be, that these products are something that you can stake your reputation on. I mean, some of the things that I got to see and some of the things that Max has that no one else has. We have 22 peer-reviewed published studies on ribosine. I mean, it's unbelievable amount of science that somebody would have. Dr. Nagasawa has published 160 something articles. He was the editor of the Journal of Medicinal Chemistry. I mean, the reputation that this man brings and the science that he brought to ribosine and to Cellgevity and to the products that Max has, it just gives me such confidence that, wow, this is real. These things are great, and no wonder they have such a huge impact on the health of so many people. The man put 30 years of study, 30 years of trial and error to making sure that these products were great. And they are great, and they have such a huge impact on the lives of so many people. And then the business side of things, to watch people develop themselves, to watch people develop the business skills to become great, to do the things that are necessary to help change their lives economically. It's unbelievable. We're in 13 countries now around the world, and the stories are the same all over the globe. The people who come, the people who work and get the training from the leaders that we have, they make a difference. The economic impact that the products have, that the business has, is unbelievable, and it is so significant because they're participating in a business that has the two components that are so incredibly important. One is to help the health and well-being of all of the people who take our products. And then number two, if you have your health, the next thing that most people are concerned about is, well, how can I take care of myself financially? How can I take care of the things that people need? And these are common things that happen across the globe. Everybody is worried about their health, and everybody is concerned about how do I take care of my family and those common needs that everybody has. And Max affords that opportunity to take care of both. And we see it everywhere in places like the Philippines, in Ghana, in the United States, in Puerto Rico, in Colombia, El Salvador. So many people, so many different places, but all with the same common needs of good health, healthy financially, and Max affords the ability to touch on both. And we do it in a way that enhances the reputation of the people who work with us. We believe, and we have actual validation that these products are great. And then we believe in the business model, and we believe in training, and we believe in helping people achieve the things that they want to. And and it doesn't get any better than working with people every day on helping them with the things that are most impactful and most important to their lives. And so it's just been such an incredible blessing to me that I made that decision to join Max, to have that opportunity to validate the science behind the products, then to have the great the luck to be able to work with so many tremendous leaders in helping people realize their financial dreams, and to help people just some people want to make $300 a month. Some people want to do more than that. Whatever it is that they want and desire, we can help them do it. And we have the training that's necessary. We have the support that's necessary. We have everything in place for this tremendous opportunity. And so it's just been one of the best decisions of my life. And I am so happy that we see people coming and joining us, taking the products, and then experiencing the personal growth and the physical revitalization that goes with using Max's products. And when we get to have new people come into the business and they have their eyes opened about what's possible here and what they can do when their dreams they set them out, and then they start taking those first steps towards being great. It's just such a pleasure and such a privilege. We were lucky enough at Max this year to have Les Brown come to our convention and speak, and he is just one of the greatest motivational speakers in the world. And he said something that really resonated with me. He said, "You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to start to be great." So for all of you guys on the phone who are gathered and who are having the meetings, you're getting started, and you're going to be great if you just do the things every day that you need to achieve your dreams. There isn't anything that can stop you. We have everything that is necessary here at Max for you to fulfill the dreams and hopes that you have. And we are so lucky and so happy to have you. And we look forward to having meetings like this every month, and to help people share success with significance, and share the Max products with everyone around the world.